Join me as I dive deep into the surprising ways inflation is affecting your money, and I'm going to challenge myself to find practical tips to protect my wallet. Inflation is a fascinating topic that often gets tossed around in conversations about personal finance, but it's more than just some boring economic concept. It's a force that can either make or break your financial future. And understanding it is crucial if you want to take control of your money and build a stable financial foundation. When you think about it, inflation is like a silent thief that sneaks into your wallet and steals your purchasing power over time. Let me explain why. Think of the money in your bank account as a jar of candy. At first, that jar is full of sweet treats that you can enjoy whenever you want. But as time passes, the candy starts to shrink in value, and the jar doesn't seem as full as it used to be. That's because the prices of goods and services have risen, which means your money can buy fewer things than it could before. For example, imagine you saved up $1,000 for a new laptop, but by the time you're ready to buy it, the price has jumped to $1,200. Suddenly, your $1,000 isn't enough, and you need to add more money to your savings just to keep up with the rising cost. This is the quiet erosion of your purchasing power that inflation causes. Over time, this loss of value can add up, making it harder to achieve your long-term financial goals, whether that's saving for a down payment on a house, retirement, or simply enjoying the fruits of your labor. And it's not just individuals who feel the pinch. Businesses, governments, and entire economies are affected by inflation, too. So, what drives this phenomenon? Well, there are several factors at play. Sometimes, it's the result of an overheated economy, where demand exceeds supply, and prices rise as a consequence. In other cases, it's triggered by increases in production costs, like when labor or raw materials become more expensive. And then there are external shocks, such as global events or changes in trade policies, which can send ripples through the economy and drive up prices. Understanding the causes of inflation is crucial because it affects different sectors of the economy in unique ways. For instance, when inflation rises, the value of savings and investments can dwindle, making it harder for people to grow their wealth. On the other hand, borrowers might actually benefit from inflation, since they can pay back their debts with cheaper dollars. One surprising consequence of inflation that might change how you manage your money is the concept of the inflation tax. Essentially, it means that as prices rise, the government collects more money in taxes without actually increasing tax rates. This is because people are pushed into higher tax brackets as their income rises to keep up with inflation. Think about it, if you're earning $50,000 a year, and inflation causes the cost of living to jump by 10%, you might get a 10% raise to $55,000 just to maintain your standard of living. But guess what? You're now in a higher tax bracket, and the government takes a bigger chunk of your money. It's like an invisible tax that nobody talks about, and it can have a significant impact on your finances over time. Inflation is a complex and multifaceted force that affects every aspect of our financial lives. By understanding how it works, you can take steps to protect your money, make smarter investment decisions, and build a more resilient financial foundation. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of inflation. If you have any thoughts on how inflation has affected your personal finances, please leave them in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about managing your money in an inflationary environment, be sure to check out my next video, where I'll dive deeper into practical strategies for protecting your wallet. Join me as I dive deep into the